Hello. Welcome to my channel. This is Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And I'm doing yet another Yule craft as promised on Wednesday. So these are plastic bulbs, Christmas tree ornaments, for you to I picked these up. Now I'm starting to forget. I think it was Walmart, but they sell these everywhere. Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. There's a lot of places you can find these little plastic ornaments. So I knew I was going to be doing this. So I bought this ahead of time, which is why I can't remember. In here, I have my Yule oil, Yuletide oil. So I'm just going to scent the moment, so to speak, and get that going. So now that's going. And at this point, what I'm going to go ahead and do is just kind of break down a little bit what I'm doing. So I have I wanted to just show two different sides, but I'm going to be just working on the one right now. So you can create a Yule spell ornament. And the purpose of the Yule spell ornament is basically whatever you deem it for, whatever your intent is. For what I'm working on, and I'll just work as I do it, the one that I'm working on right now is basically an overall prosperity and healing. Okay? So, and again, for me, prosperity, yes, it's everything from just having a feeling of plenty and of abundance of the positive things that I want in my life, making sure I'm clear on my intention. And to get started with that, I have just a few things here. It's not going to be super loaded with a lot, but you can get really fancy with this if you want to and make it really pretty. So, first thing is the rosemary. Oh, excuse me. So, I'm going to drop this rosemary in like this while I'm trying to bend it. Come on. Yeah. So, I got the rosemary in. And most of us recognize rosemary for a multitude of things. It could be purification, also protection for some people, and prosperity. I'm calling in on all of that energy as I put this in a bulb. That's what it's representing to me. And then I have thyme here, also a herb that might be tied to purification. And again, because of its color and things like that, it's also tied to prosperity as well. So that's why I'm using it. And then I just have sage. Now, we use sage usually for a multitude of reasons, usually for smudging and things like that. And I basically like the same concept in my spell ornament here. Basically, what I'm just doing is using the sage. Now, you can dry your herbs first. I didn't, but that's okay. But the point is, they're not wet either, but I didn't completely dry them. I like the way they look for the purpose of what I'm doing. So I put that in here. Anyway, back to sage. So again, those same properties, I want to use those in here for the sense of purification, because this energy that I'm putting into here, I want it to stay pure and to stay, aligned to my intention. So I actually think ahead about, to make sure nothing goes kind of haywire or misdirected energy. That's the purpose of these other herbs, to keep it aligned, to keep to stay aligned with my intentions. Um, that's pretty much it. So that's it. So the other part, since we're talking prosperity, is I saved this. This came actually in some packaging I got like last Christmas, and I knew I would save it. Classic witch move, right? So I'm gonna just put this inside, and this is just little gold confetti. I'm gonna fill it up in here. So the gold confetti, basically, again, what that represents, just visually, symbolically speaking, gold. It represents prosperity. It represents, the monetary piece of it. That I love. Now you can add oils to this if you so choose. You can add oils to it. I'm not going to be adding any oil at this time. It just wasn't on my heart to do so. Not for this, but you can. I just want to point that out. You can do whatever you want with your own, of course. So I'm going to just get mostly all of that in here. Keep trying to keep this in a camera. I should have brought my funnel over. Ah, well, what are you going to do? My hand works just as well. I'm making a mess, but so I just pour that in. Now, mind you, as I'm doing this and as I'm talking, all I'm thinking about is all the positive intentions that I'm setting on, maintain prosperity, health, healing, wellness. You can set up various, not various, well, yeah, various different ornaments, for each one of those purposes, for healing, for money, for this, for that. Notice I'm just saying prosperity. I'm intentionally saying prosperity and abundance as opposed to just money, because it's not just money, because see, that represents opportunity to me. um, Being prosperous, opportunities to invest and have different avenues to build wealth and things of that nature. So that's what I'm looking for. Creativity, to me, I recognize creativity as a form of prosperity, to be able to take it easy and just think and create and visualize those. Like, that's awesome. That's, in order to have that, you almost, at least for me, speaking for myself, I need to be in a place of stability. Sometimes it's hard for me to create and um, feeling a sense of lack, whatever that, whatever I'm lacking, money, actual money, or what have you. I don't, I want that to fall. Ah, come on. There we go. Anyway, so this is what I was going for, with this one. Now, I have that done. It's pretty, I knew I was going to use all of it because I've kept this for a year for this purpose. Now, one other step. So if you want to write a petition, now I got this. If you watch one of my other my videos, I talked about a crystals healing kit, chakra healing kit that I purchased online on Amazon. And it came with this little book. By the way, great value to get a bunch of crystals, quality crystals. So what I'm going to do is take one of these little papers. I like this for the concept, for the idea of using it for like writing petitions on. So I'm going to take a piece of paper out of this book, gently rip it. Okay, and then I'm just going to get my pen here. All right, got my pen, and then on your paper, you want something small like this because you have to roll it up and put it inside, inside the ornament. And now that, by the way, it's filled, do you notice it's kind of staying up now that I've centered it, the weight there, so it's staying up. So this is the part where you can write down what is it, what are your intentions, or are you petitioning, some other spirit, deity, entity, or what have you. This is the time to do that, or just make your intentions known. So if you're not one who is good with a lot of wording and that's just not your strong suit, you can just do something simple as writing prosperity, abundance, creativity. These words hold meaning. Words have meaning. That's why it's important that you say what you mean and mean what you say, because just using any old word and saying, oh, they know what I mean. No, use the words as they're intended, unless you have consecrated some dictionary that you created to, nullify the overall generally accepted meanings of words. So, that's just my little spill on that, because I know some people think you can, yes, I believe in basic, simple magic, practical magic, but I also like to have some sort of what's the word I want to say, guidelines around it. For instance, these words have meaning, and I buy into the agreed upon meaning of these words. So with that, I'm bringing that energy because I'm certain of the meaning. I feel confident that's the meaning, and therefore, and that adds that energy to my spell. And I hope that makes sense, what I'm saying. But anyway, prosperity, abundance, creativity. And then finally, wealth. These are the words that I just sat here and talked about. And that's what I want to put that energy in. So this is basically, what I said. Now, with that, you can hold on to your paper. And this is a nice piece of paper, by the way. It feels softer than parchment. I like it a lot. But anyway, you can hold that in your hand. Pick which hand you want. Again, everything symbolically has meaning, so I want to use my right hand for this purpose. And actually, it's two pieces of paper, it looks like. Yeah, I want to keep this thin. So I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to just think of the energy behind it and my intentions. And at this time, I could visualize what this means in practical sense, meaning in real life, prosperity, abundance, creativity, wealth. What does that look like? And I'm putting this energy out for going forward, but specifically going into the new year. Now, and I could write that as well. I could write 2021. But why pigeonhole myself? I'm just putting this out here going forward. I just, 2021 could be great. What about 2022? Let's just keep this as a going forward momentum thing. Um, but anyway, positive energy. Again, I'm visual as well. I will assign a color to whatever that energy is. So let's say it's going to be green. And I just see green, light, so to speak, just passing through my heart, um, syncing up with the energy coming down from my third eye, down through my shoulders, arms, to my hands, and into this piece of paper. And I'm charging it. You may want to ground yourself before you do any spell work for this reason, by the way. Okay, so I feel positive about that. So I'm rolling it. Now, you can roll this a different, however you see it. Some people say roll it towards you. Some say roll it out. I'm sending, in my mind, how I see it, I'm sending this energy out. So I purposely rolled it outward. Okay, this is going to remain in my home. So I'm okay with understanding that I'll receive it. But conversely, you could do it the same way. Oops. I need this green, and I realized I didn't open it yet. This is just again, a purchase. This is from Michael's. And it's basic, in the craft section. It's like basically yarn. I'm looking for the beginning piece, but I see that's just not going to happen. Simple, so I'm going to cheat and just get a piece myself. And I'm going to tie this up like this. Ooh, let's roll it up again. Come on. Because I got to fit it through the little hole, so I want to make sure it's rolled up. Ooh. Come on. Everything can have meaning here, by the way. The number of knots that you put into this has meaning, just to let you know. You can say something as I will it, so it is done, as you tie the knot. Uh, it's all different ways of approaching this, just so you know. All right, so I'm going to make that a little shorter so I can fit it. Okay, so then I'm going to drop this in here like that. Okay, so now I got the petition in here. I got my herbs. I got my little gold confetti. And finally, I'm just going to add a little bit of cinnamon. And you can see this is just household cinnamon. All right, this is where it gets a little messy. First, as you can see, there's a running joke in my family. If there's any flour, anything like that, I'm going to make a mess. Whenever I fry something, bake something, it's always all over the place. It's never just in the one spot. This is an ongoing issue in my family. They make fun of me. All right, so we have the cinnamon. All right. Okay, put that over here. And I'm just going to clean up a little bit while I'm here so I don't make too much of a mess and wipe, because I wanted to wipe around here. Okay. And what is the purpose of cinnamon? When we're talking anything to do with, that was the wealth piece for sure. I wanted to have that. So look at that. It's like, look at that. It's like a little brown dust. This will settle, of course, over time, so I'm not particularly concerned. And I think it looks fine with the gold. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to seal this up now. Okay. And here is my little spell ornament. And what you say and what you do at this point is up to you. Also, another thing that you could possibly use besides cinnamon is powdered sugar, because that would look really festive. It'll look sort of like snow, so that's another option. It's just really what you want to do with it. But I wanted to give some ideas on how to, make this look really pretty and at the same time be effective. This is one of those things you might want to spend a little more time on making it cute, making it cute for the season because you're going to hang it on a tree or wherever you choose to hang it. So, this final step, again, it's up to you on how you approach it. You can get whatever color resonates with you. This is like a yellow and white piece of yarn. Um, I see this as gold, however, the way the coloring is. So it's just adding more to the abundance and wealth piece of the spell. Notice I used a green um, string for the petition to tie that. So that's what I'm using for this. I'm using, instead I'm doing the gold here. So I have this here. So what I can do is when I put this on a tree, if I could put it in a frame, when I put it on a tree, I could just simply use, stick it on just like right here. Then you can cut these shorter if you want. It's really, whatever. It's up to you. But this is the ornament that I made. A Yule spell ornament. So I think this is really cute. And again, you can get as, outrageous, flamboyant, decorative as you choose to. And you can also, again, do different sizes. So you can find other ones. Let's say you're looking for something else. And, whatever. Find some maybe in shapes that might fit your intention. So that might work as well. But yeah, here it is. Oh, and at this point, you can say final words if you have, a little something that you wrote. And with the finished product, you can hold it together and say those words. Again, charge it with your energy. You can use crystals. You can maybe set up some sort of a crystal grid around it to charge it before you put it on the tree. And the type of crystals you can use is really up to you. But just to give kind of a little look at what I'm talking about, for me, I would do something like this. We'll put these here, right? And it's more like attraction because you notice these, you know. So what I would do is do like this, and the whole purpose is to attract every, for this spell, I'm attracting these things to myself: the wealth, the creativity, the prosperity, all of that, abundance. Those things are being attracted to me, so I'm charging it with attraction type crystals. That's one way to look at it. And also, if you have any other type of crystals that make sense, you can put those here and just surround it and just charge it with that energy. Yeah, so that's, up to you on how you want to do it. But yeah, so this is my craft. And when you feel it's been charged enough, or, it feels like the energy has raised, or if you want to do, this could just be one phase and you could do some other things as well. Maybe you want to sing Christmas songs or Yule type type songs. That's energy, guys, and hold it as you do so. But the point is, it's whatever you want it to be. I just like to give ideas and suggestions and hopefully some inspiration. If this is not your thing, maybe you could do something else. Also, one other thing: if you have like small crystals, you can put that inside of here as well. Maybe a small little piece of crystal, especially for those of us, if I've dropped a crystal before and it shattered or it split into smaller shards. You can take those shards, those pieces like that, and stick them in there. So that's another idea as well. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this gave you some inspiration. I enjoy doing these things. There's no right or wrong way from my point of view. I just like to have fun, and I don't worry about if I'm doing it the correct way, or just like I saw on a website or in a book or something like that. I use that in the same way I'm asking you to look at this video, maybe get inspired, but you'll ultimately do what you want to do, and that's kind of how I see it. So thanks again. Please like, subscribe, share. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much again for watching. Bye-bye.